A Plymouth man killed by a hit-and-run driver is being remembered by his friends as a kind and adventurous spirit. Greg Schneider's childhood friends say he was one of the nicest people you would ever meet. They're now trying to cope with their friend's life cut short. Reporter Sonia Goins talked with Schneider's buddies about the memories they will treasure for a lifetime.
He was just a great friend, and this is a great loss.
65-year-old Greg Schneider was out walking his dog last Wednesday in Plymouth. That's when a driver struck and killed him.
Greg was somebody we've known since childhood.
Don Colliard and Mike Ritchie grew up with Schneider and remained friends throughout adulthood.
I got that phone call and I couldn't breathe. And I had to call my friends.
A lot of us, go through life thinking we're immortal until something like this happens.
Both say Schneider was laid back.
You never know that he was a civil engineer. You never know that he was a pilot, and as accomplished as he was.
He also loved the outdoors.
He was a fisherman, and he would hunt with his brothers every season, hiking, walking, biking.
The Plymouth resident recently retired and was about to get married.
Carrie wanted to go to the site, which was just down the road from their house.
Friends say Schneider's bride-to-be is grateful he didn't die alone.
We learned that a good Samaritan came out of her house and gave Greg CPR, attempted CPR.
They spoke with residents who live near the crash site.
The posted speed is 45.
Investigators believe the driver was going more than 70 miles per hour when Schneider was struck.
There's at least a mile in this section that's continuing to be developed that has a speeding problem.
His friends don't want his death to be in vain and are calling for new safety measures to slow traffic in the area.
If I were a resident of Plymouth, I would want some action on this. Let's get together and talk about this and see how many community members we can get involved in making a change.
In Plymouth, Sonia Goins, CCX News.
19-year-old Jack Blaschke from Delano was charged in Schneider's death with 2 counts of criminal vehicular homicide. He is due back in court June 2nd. A Brooklyn Center neighborhood hit hard by the recent protests and civil unrest is also home to several restaurants. In this week's edition of Takeout Tuesday, we take a look at one popular spot that stayed open through it all. On the outside, Brooklyn Center's Pump and Munch looks like your basic gas station.
And 3 cheese and sour cream.
But on the inside,
thank you.
You'll find Yasmin Hernandez frantically working to fill food orders.
10 pieces, right? I had chicken wings, chicken tender, chicken leg, chicken breast.
She's one of the employees of Crispy Crunchy Chicken.
It's very good.
A restaurant within Pump and Munch that serves as proof
3 chicken tacos.
that people can find good food in the most unlikely of places.
Just because it's gas station food doesn't mean it's not good. I mean, you have to try it for you to know if it's good or not.
Crispy Crunchy Chicken opened in Brooklyn Center 6 months ago, and it's amassed
Thank you.
quite the following in that short period of time.
It's quick and convenient. There's not a lot of choices in the neighborhood, so it's nice to actually be able to get something fresh and that's actually decent.
While fried chicken may be front and center, the menu goes well beyond poultry.
Macaroni and cheese, red beans, and everything.
And unlike some restaurants, Hernandez waits until an order comes in before tossing the food on the grill or putting it in the deep fryer.
I make an order by order. It's more hot, more crispy, more fresh.
Yet the fact that the restaurant is still intact is somewhat of a surprise to customers.
Yeah, it is surprising because they hit all the other places.
Yeah, definitely. It's nice to see too that the store didn't get tore up actually. Like a lot of the places actually across the street.
The Pump and Munch is located right down the street from the Brooklyn Center police station where protesters demonstrated for more than a week over the police killing of Dante Wright. And Crispy Crunchy Chicken stayed open through most of the unrest. For now, the area is mostly back to business as usual.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
And in this small corner gas station, Hernandez can keep serving up comfort food to people in a neighborhood that's seen its fair share of stress. Speaking of businesses, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz is expected to announce this week another loosening of COVID-19 restrictions. That dose of good news comes as we're seeing a downward trend of new infections. The 7-day case rate has fallen to 5.9%, a 1.5-point drop in about a month's time. We also received an update this week from the city of Maple Grove. Since the start of the pandemic, the city has had about 6,500 confirmed cases. That's the fourth highest total in Hennepin County. The city has also experienced a total of 49 COVID-19 deaths. The good news is that it's a lot easier to get the vaccine now. Maple Grove Fire Chief Tim Bush, who provides regular COVID-19 updates to the city, says we've reached the point where the number of available vaccine appointments is starting to outpace individuals seeking a vaccine. About 47% of the state's population has received at least one dose of vaccine, while 36% have completed their vaccinations. Some Robbinsdale and Plymouth residents are happy to be back on stage for a theater production this weekend.
It feels so good to be back. It's, theater is a community, both as an audience member and as a performer. I think we've all really missed it. We've all been waiting for sort of the green light to know that there are ways to get back involved safely.
St. Michael-based SOAR Regional Arts is putting on a production of The Diary of Anne Frank. The group chose that play because of its small cast size of 10 people and its themes that are applicable to events today.
We often talked about how many of the lines that the characters say have parallels to what is going on in our life today.
The Diary of Anne Frank runs this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at St. Michael Middle School West. We'll have details on tickets and showtimes on our website, ccxmedia.org.